Hello, hope you enjoyed our previous video for the commodities and cryptos. Today we are going to get the data related to ETFs, which stands for Exchange Traded Funds. Basically, ETFs are bundles of stocks, if you like, because those are like amounts of money which people invest, and based on that, the trade fund uh, management decides on which stocks they are going to put their money in. We will go to see what ETFs consist of. Like in one of our next lessons, we will try to get the top 100 ETFs and what stocks they are basically having and what is the distribution. But today, let's start with just getting the ETF data. So we will import our three main libraries, which we are using frequently: SST, import and SPD, and import Yahoo Finance as white. This being said, we want to have the white display because we are going to show few fields of ours in our Streamlit application. So for that, Streamlit set page config, we are using one of the default functions of the Streamlit library, and the attribute will be layout equal to white. Make sure to write this with paying attention to whether the parameter value is capitalized or not, because that's important. Let's start with the getting data. Fetch data symbol ETF will be our value for each of the tickers. Info will be ETF info. We went through this in one of our previous lessons. This is to get the financial information of any ticker from Yahoo Finance. Now, with this being set up, what we're going to return, it is the name, which is the value of info get long name. This is the parameter from Yahoo Finance info dataset. If parameter is available, show it. If not, then just show NA. Next will be latest price, info get previous close if it exists, if not, return NA. After that, we are going to fetch the ETF specific data, which is 52-week high or low, to understand where is the current at the current moment the ETF value, if it is out of its range, if it is the maximum for the year, or it is the minimum of the year. That's important for investors to make informed decisions. High, and we are here 52 low, so this one will be info get 52 week high if value exists, if not, just A. And the next will be accordingly info get 52 week low if available, if not, simple NA with do it. We don't want any data breakout. Next, we are going to get total assets. This is the amount that investors put in the certain ETF. So this shows how trustful are these ETFs. It will be info get and total assets, if not simple NA. Average or no, that would be enough for the first introduction to the ETFs. And let's build our main application. Dev app Streamlit title ETF analysis, refresh, we are going to need the refresh button to manually refresh the data when needed. This is Streamlit button. The button says refresh data. If refresh button st experimental rerun. Okay, if we are having issues with the refresh button, then let's just people will refresh the page and get the new data. And as we have the file with ETF list on it, let's open it. You can see a bunch of ETFs in here, 100 of them. And while opening this in PyCharm, don't pay attention to errors because PyCharm tries to consider this as a code itself, which it is not. It is the simple text file. So file path is etfs.txt. Try to catch exception with open file path to read as file symbols will be line strip per line in file read lines. Okay. And the data for us will be fetch data symbol, and again for symbol and symbols. So this symbols list will get all the ETFs one by one from this file and consider them as the list elements, and with each of these elements data is going to fetch the data here for each and every one of them. ETF, we are going to build a data frame for it. Is PD data frame of the data list. And we want this to be displayed as a table. So providing the DF as a table to Streamlit. And here goes our exception catching file not found error. Whenever the file is not available, throw an error and say that ETF symbol file accessible. And with this build, let's have our main application runnable. If main equal main okay. Once again, we imported our main libraries. We set the page configuration value to show us the wide layout. We are fetching data for ETFs for each of the symbols. We are trying to get its ticker in Yahoo Finance. And from the info subset of the ticker, we are trying to get this important data. Then we are displaying it. Then we got the file from which data should be, the list of ETFs will be required, or will be get and saved as a list. Then we apply the function to fetch the data for each of symbols in our newly created list of ETFs. And let's give it a try. Streamlit, run, Streamlit app, pages, ETF value. Let's see how it goes. We can see the man is running, trying to get the data. Might take a while. We can see that there are no errors in here, and we can see here our ETFs information. So the name of the ETF, latest price, if it's close to 52-week high, if it's close to 52-week low. Now we can see that it's closer to the highest value, and the number of assets. So what you can do here to improve, you can make this show as like possibly billions, or let's do it right now together. Let's add a method which will calculate and format assets according. Def format assets if assets are bigger than 1 in 9, which is representation of a billion, return f-string assets 1 in 9. We are dividing it into a number of billion and return 2 digits after the decimal. And we can close here and show billion. So this will show how many billion of dollars are in there. We are just formatting it nicely. If assets are more than 1/6, which is per million, return and assets divided 1/6, formatted 2 digits after decimal, and return as millions. And here, as we are getting the total assets, we can add here formatting, format assets, and all of this will go as our asset. Okay, let's open the page and refresh it. Or better yet, we can stop the script here and rerun it simply. Waiting for a couple of seconds for data to be displayed. Making sure no error appear in the console. And here we go. We can see here total assets $566 billion. This is the most trusted ETFs, which is SPDR S&P, or the symbol of it is SPY, Standard and Poor 500 ETF. Hope you liked it. We will integrate this as a part of our multi-page dashboard in next lessons. Stay tuned for the last one, which will be regarding stocks, and we will do something pretty interesting with stocks. So stay tuned. See you next time. Bye bye.